Sorry, not sorry. And Bohemia's having a couple of issues. Actually, those are reformed. It's definitely been a good reformation. This has been a very good reformation. Royal marriage of Burgundy, Brandenburg even. Yes, 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 please. So we're going to have these 3, then we need 2 more. For Trinidad. Have I embraced manufactories yet? No. Neither have I embraced global trade nor printing press. You're thinking way too far in the future. But you do make a good point, like this is still spreading. We're at 87, 91. Yeah, it's spreading quite nicely. I can get another exploration idea, which is more tariffs. No, we're going to get technology. Well, are we? I would dearly like to have that extra colonist. You know what? It's worth it. We're going to. 20% more tariffs, which I'm really not worried about, but the free colonist is going to be huge. And then if we get one more idea, probably military, then we can get that plus 10 morale of armies. Although the next military one is also quite important. Caracal cavalry and also upgraded fortifications. Right, so it is 59 now. And the negative is gone. Charter company still needs 681. And I can now reach... No, I can't reach Congo. I can't reach that. Benin? The costs are all the same. Must be the number of provinces colonized in that region, as opposed to number of provinces held by that country. I've seen a League war where Russia, the Ottomans, France, Britain and Sweden all supported the Protestants. Yeah, I've seen similar ones. If the Teutons go Protestant, I think they'll get a personal union with Brandenburg, and Brandenburg will form Prussia if it integrates them. That would be a great ally. That would be a very good ally. So I thought about development for interesting institution spread mechanics. How I see it is if you're looking to play a historical game, it's there to help you. An ahistorical game, it's there to help you tech up and be an even foot. Whereas if you want to be historical, you can ignore it. Yeah, the problem is getting people in multiplayer to ignore it. Provence has rivaled me. Well, I've been your rival for a long time. Okay, next. I think either blockade impact or mercenary discipline. Considering I've not been attacked by anyone big, naval power still isn't a huge deal. I'm going to go with the mercenary discipline, because that has the potential to be a bigger problem. You're still drilling? You're still drilling. Good. It's going slowly. When do we get the firearms regiments? Have at least 20% army professionalism. Oh! I thought that was related to tech. Okay, in that case, some people are probably a lot more professional than me. Yeah, they are. Portugal's 21 already. 51% for the Ottomans. Flipping hell. Okay, I did not realise I was that far behind. Flanders wants a royal marriage? Yes, because that's going to improve your relations with me. And you are now no longer upset. Excellent. That's really good. You guys are building up sizable militaries too. Rebels in Ghent, you should be able to do that without me. Yeah, you'll be fine. And Fort Hollandia has risen up again. I am so happy I have an army over here. Probably slightly oversubscribed in the number of troops I needed. But it's fine. Otto Blob superpower as always. They're not as big as they could be. Mameluke seem to be having a pretty good game. They've spread all the way down to here. Oh, that was Flanders, who I have now got maximum relations with. And yes, you did defeat them. So I think that we can go ahead and cancel that relation improvement and start doing it with Utrecht instead, who we could start annexing. I would love to start annexing you. But I'd also love to have some more money so I can try and get that trading company. Because I'm a little bit worried that one of the other Europeans is going to snag this. And now that I don't have the reputation penalty, Mali is more likely to sell. Especially as we have very positive relations. And I suspect having an alliance with them would help too. I mean, I could take a loan. Could ask for a contribution. There we go, that'll do it. I'm not planning to develop anything for a while. So, if I have a word with you, Gabu... Ah, see, you're a lot more likely already. Diplo rep +3, opinion +2. I reckon if we got an alliance with you, that would go even further. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, there we go. Alliance was a huge deal. Oh, it just switched. So I would need to pay them 2,100 at current levels. Allied +5. Allied was a big deal. They do royal marriage. Unfortunately, well, actually, can I? I can't do royal marriages anymore. Oh, and they're not Protestant. So I can do it that way anyway. But apparently... Oh yeah, Brandenburg offered me a royal marriage, so I can still do royal marriages as a statist. And maybe it's because I'm a monarchist right now. Maybe when I switch to being a statist, then I can't. Not sure. What else would improve things between us? Relations are at maximum. We have a rival in common. Fleet basing rights? Maybe. I mean, fleet basing rights are going to be useful because it allows me to park ships down here. Also, does that still increase colonial range? It used to. Portuguese West Africa? No. Oi. No, it doesn't increase the range. We're just about as far as we can get with that one. Right, let's wait until he returns. God damn, that's expensive. 2,230 to do it. Diplo rep helps a lot. Diplo rep helps an awful lot. So there's a reason to go diplomatic. I think there'll always be that one guy that either forgets it or doesn't want to ignore it. Yeah, I'm more worried about people ignoring the institution spread... No, sorry, not the institution. The deving up for tech thing. East Africa will be interesting when it comes onto the map. I think Ethiopia might be having a hard time. I would agree with that. Can I get a Diplo Rep advisor? No, but that's a good shout. So, let me remind myself. Diplomatic ideas, that's relations. There's Diplo-Rep +2. Plus influence is another. So you'd get a +4 from having those two. And there are some national ideas which increases Diplo-Rep as well. Those guys don't sell themselves cheap, no. I mean, I think we're still early game. We're very early to be getting colonial charters. And I think, honestly, it's out of our grasp. But staying allied with Mali is not necessarily a bad idea, because that's going to allow us to control more of the coastline down here as we start colonizing it. If we go into a European war, then they will protect those colonies for me. Okay, next. I'm going to start building some buildings, I think. There's no real point maintaining such a massive treasury. No point building Martinique. Overstricht can have a workshop, sure. Trade, Gelre, Breda, Groningen, Barracks, Antwerp, Utrecht, Friesland, Docks, that's just Martinique. That'll do for now. Lots of building stuff going on. Huzzah! What map mode do you use to tell what provinces are a part of which states? I don't. So the way that you can see which provinces are part of which states are just the thick lines. So there's a thick line here, so that means that these three with the thin lines are joined together. It's easier to see with the inland stuff, like over here. So this is one state, this is one state. Also there is a states and territories map mode, which will also show you. Is there a reason to buy from them and not to conquer? I may have missed a detail. You certainly can conquer. It's just going to be much easier if, like, there's a unified Vijayanagar in India. Conquering that's going to be difficult. Buying it? Less so. And also, I don't know if there's a difference between conquered charter provinces and non-conquered charter provinces. Probably not, but there are unique buildings that you can build in charter provinces, which will increase the goods produced, trade... No, it will increase the trade power of that province, allowing you to take more control of the trade of that area, but it will give the surrounding areas more goods produced, which is good for the natives who aren't on the coast. But exactly how that works, I don't know, because I haven't got to that stage. That's part of the reason I'm doing this playthrough, so I can get to that and hopefully find out. I can get a new idea. That's the military idea. We are ahead of time in military, so yes, go ahead. Yearly army tradition +1, that's great. Still need to catch up with these two. Also, the institution's tech. I'd rather not pay the extra 11% if possible. Okay, we are going to embrace soon. Actually, saving the money would have been good for embracing. Oh well. Rains fail in West Africa again. The rains don't fall in Africa. I still can hardly believe that. I've never done karaoke before in my life, but apparently karaoke is a really big thing at ParadoxCon. So there may or may not be a video of me doing karaoke at ParadoxCon, and it may or may not be to Africa. And it may or may not be with basically all of the other YouTubers that were there at the time. Like Drew Durnall, Alex the Rambler. I don't think Quill did it. Aldrahill, Midge. And many, many others. Marketplace, right, that's all the buildings done. I can now embrace the institution. It's got a lot cheaper. We killed them. We're going to go back to this. We don't seem to be getting the institution thing yet. No, it's decline of the merchant class. That's when future Mordred gets annoyed. That's going to be in 6 months. Oh, and Quill bought me whiskey at ParadoxCon as well, because we were talking about whiskies, and then suddenly he just came back with 2 glasses, like, oh, thanks. Does someone have that video, please? That's up for you guys to find. I am sure it's out there. Where exactly, I don't know. Because I know there are multiple videos of Drew and Alex doing a karaoke. And yeah, if anyone finds it, you are welcome to link it. There you go, there's your challenge. Ooh, we just finished a colony. Excellent. So we now have 2 of them. We need to get 2 more. Do I want to start another one now? No, I don't think so. I think I do want to let my treasury recover a little bit. We can embrace the institution. Do I want to do this at this juncture? No, I'm going to wait for Flanders to embrace. Or to... Oh no, Flanders is not mine. I don't care. It would just be Upper Gulders, which is 82%. How long until you get it? You're getting 3 a month. So we can expect that next year. I can wait a year. United Provinces and Free Trade. With a duke like Wilhelm IV, most nobles agree that there is no need for elections, which would only destabilise and weaken the Gelre nation. Many traders disagree. They find the institutions of the Republic, including free elections, to be crucial to ensuring Gelre's continued economic priorities. Under an autocratic duke with expansionist ambitions, the free trade and liberty they have enjoyed in the past may be threatened. If the current duke is to rule for life, they demand that he shows dedication to these ideals. So the monarchists gain 25% power and trade efficiency suffers, or the statists gain power and we lose some admin and diplo. I quite like this king. A 334 is pretty darn decent. So I think I'm going to anger the traders for 5 years. Hey Predator Hollow. Is this the Dharma DLC? Yes. Poor harvest. Diplo power lost in colonist. Fighting rebels. Oh, this is Hollandia again. Wow, these guys are not happy with me being here. What is their aggressiveness? That would be why. Super aggressive. It's going to be twice as hard to hold on to this place when we take it. But at least we'll have the adjacency. So long as none of the other Europeans grab it. I mean, we've taken a long time to colonize that. Clergy, political struggle. The time has come for the clergy to appoint a new leader to assist our duke in the capital. The likely candidate is an old cleric with a solid history as a prominent member of the clergy behind him. So we can get the current guy, we can get the new guy. I don't care about the new guy, so we'll just have you gaining influence. Fine by me. Gain 100 population in Granada. What are you up to? 500, and Fort Hollandia is up to 700. Sweet. Oh, we have a colonist. I need to send that colonist somewhere. I'm going to send you to Hollandia because I want that colony to be finished. And if you have a colonist present in a colony, then they can really expand or improve the growth speed. Looming disaster. Here we go. This is the moment you have been waiting for. We have hit 100% influence for the Burkers. And that is not going to go down until we either get rid of meritocratic recruitment or until 1577 or until 1569 passes. That's 7 years from now. 7 years under the old rules you could probably have managed. However, the coups nowadays increase in strength 5% a month rather than like 1% a month, which means that this coup will trigger in 1564. And it would have a -10 morale, national manpower -25%, national force limit -25, and also prestige -1. So yes, at this stage I am going to have to strip them of some of their territories. So I'm going to go to the map mode where I can see where the centres of trade are. And I'm basically just going to start rooting them out of the places that are not a centre of trade, like Utrecht, for example. Decrease loyalty by 20, percentage of land goes down by 11, Influence will not change because they already own so much. One other thing I'm going to do before I do this is I'm going to demand their diplomatic support for that extra 200 diplo power. And I'm going to stop you guys from drilling, because there's probably going to be rebels to fight here. Past Mordred told me to tell you that you'll be fine. Didn't see yours, Mordred, but I did see TJ's metal karaoke though, which made me laugh. It was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. Like, I avoided it the previous year and I kind of regret it, because there I could have seen like Angry Joe doing the karaoke, because apparently he got really into it. Just looking at policies, there are two that give you Diplo rep without needing diplomatic ideas: aristocratic exploration and humanist influence. Really? So, aristocratic? Exploration? No. Influence. No, what'd you say? Aristocratic exploration doesn't anymore. So, wherever you're getting that information from is probably horrifically out of date, because they've completely changed the policies available. Just looking through here real quickly, I'm not seeing any diplomatic relations. I'm going to have a look at diplomatic ideas, because I suspect this is where they'll be. Diplomatic plus offensive is 1. Diplomatic in quantity is 1. Diplomatic innovative is 1. Diplomatic quality is 1. So I could go diplomatic quality and I'd get 1 from there. And also monthly war exhaustion reduction, which is a good combination. And diplomatic expansion is 1. I have a looming disaster, do I, Mike? I had not noticed. Do I recommend always making estates when you can? No, it depends entirely on the situation in your nation. The reason I'm doing estates is because I'm not particularly bothered about autonomy, and autonomy for the way that I've done the estates is going to be mostly affecting manpower. Yeah, I've had manpower shortages, but I can offset that with a massive income and using mercenaries very liberally. And also I'm using estates very heavily because, one, I have a lot of trade provinces and I make a lot of money through trade, so it's kind of important that I do. And 2, I have a lot of very important trade goods, which the Burkhas also improve. So it's just really conducive for me to use Burkhas a lot. When I was playing as Nepal, I wasn't using them as heavily, for example. Oh, not Nepal. Garwal. Okay, so this is only going to cost me 33 to embrace. I'm just going to do that real quick. Boom. Doesn't give me any tech ups immediately, but it does mean that I'm current in terms of technology. I could get the other colonist. I need the other colonist. I was going to do that, which also gives me the military morale. The Gelderland Wars. Gelre is no stranger to military conflict, and its armies once again stand ready to expand our borders by force. Our motivations are, of course, not purely expansionist. We also seek to defend the Low Countries from the encroachment of foreign kings. These guys are like rabidly proud of Gelderland. Which is true, looking at my family. So we have another colonist, which has 2 effects. One makes colonies cheaper. Or rather, it means that every colonist that we have stationed... Sorry, start again. Every colony that we have is going to cost 2 ducats. Then for every colony that you have past... the number of colonists that you have, the price doubles. So it's going to be 2, 2, 4, 8, 16, etc. So we can afford to have 3 colonies on the on the run, and not worry too much about our income. Having 4 would be a bit much. Like previously we were getting 2, okay. 3 was a bit much. That was putting us into the red. So we could start another colony. And I think I might... I would love to start the Gold Coast, but I cannot afford to hold this place right now. Well, that's not true. Yeah, we'll start the Gold Coast. I want to grab it. So I'm going to put you autonomous thingy. Can't do it because we don't own that land yet. Okay, back to the plutocratic coup. Because you are now pretty much fully moraled. I think I'm going to wait 1 more month. That should be agreeable. Profiteering in Den Haag. The citizens of Den Haag have grown tired of the greedy influence of the greedy Liaison merchants. Den Haag is the cloth producer. You are not... Oh no, you are an estuary. So trade power goes up, local goods goes down. Now this is a more legit choice, although that's a lot of trade value we're getting from this. So the goods produced is high. We do have a lot of base production. Losing 25% trade power is a lot, and this is worth 31. We're going to protect the trade. We're getting our value from stealing it from England rather than producing it ourselves. How long until you start annexing Utrecht and Flanders? Actually, now that I'm not worried so much about Diplo Rep, I should totally start doing that. Thank you very much for that reminder. I would have forgotten. Okay, so Utrecht, you are losing the burghers. Oh, so this is just going to happen. 25 autonomy in Utrecht, 15 particularists will rise up if we do this. I'm surprised it just outright told us. Appalled at the loss of their privileges, the burghers of the Utrecht province have taken up arms. Thankfully, we rather substantially outnumber them. There we go, crushed. Reinforced speed increased, excellent. So where does that leave us? Still at 100. Oh, it's probably because their loyalty is at 0. So the chance of that uprising happening is probably dependent on loyalty. We're going to have to seize at least one more province. These two are both. You are not a trade centre, so Upper Guelders is going to be next. The military divided. Opposing factions in the military are advocating different tactics. We need to back one of them to end this bickering. Siege ability is nice, but I have a lot of cannon, so I'm not so concerned about sieging stuff. I'm going to take... Oh, there was a third one. I didn't check it. I'm an idiot. Because that was probably both. Like, the third option is almost always the best. Oh well. We're going to strip you of your rights, and this is again going to result in another uprising. We still outnumber them, though it's going to be a lot closer. Influence is not going to change. So I'm probably going to have to take Den Haag as well. So you're done. Let's move over here. Now we're at 59%, so we're getting there. Den Haag is 35, 41, 32. Actually, really? Stripping you of it's going to be better? And it would have a bigger impact, but you're getting plus 10 from that. How is Den Haag getting more trade? Colonialism, local protection... Oh, local protectionism. That's because of the event that I just got. Right, yeah, we're going to strip it from Amsterdam then. 16 uprising. This will reduce their influence by 9%. And there we go, we'll be safe. Down to 90.6. Boom. Revolt of the Amsterdam burghers. So it did cost me a bunch of manpower to do that, but we are now out of danger. We're back down to 90%. And there we go. Loyalty thankfully does not go below 0. It doesn't say capped at 0%. So that is going to improve. So all of our estates are kind of pissed with us right now. And that is just the state of affairs. And I am also going to call this the end of the stream. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Just a quick announcement. I will be doing a multiplayer game next week on the 16th. I'm sorry for people on YouTube. That's probably going to have passed. But these multiplayers are going to be a continual thing on Sundays. You are welcome to join us even if you are joining us late. But obviously it's better if you're there early because you have more of an impact on what's going on. And you don't need to deal with terrible AI decisions. So that's going to be on the 16th of September is when it's going to start. You will need to go to our Discord, which you can find at this link here. Details will be posted up there in the next couple of days to find out more. We will be playing in India. Every nation is, or every player is going to be in India. Then as you get defeated in India, we'll be moving you to Europe. There are other rules, but like I said, those will get posted up in the upcoming days. It's going to be from 3 PM British Summer Time until 6 PM British Summer Time and open to everyone. The patrons are getting first dibs on which nation they want to play as. So if you would like to get one of your nation choices in for sure, then please do consider becoming a patron, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking, of a Huscarl tier or higher, I think is what it was. And then you get first dibs. Beyond that, it's just first come, first serve. I have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking, which is here. Also, if you haven't done so already, then do consider following, so you get notifications when I'm live again in the future, and subscribing if you want to support the channel, either through subscription here on Twitch or on Patreon, as I've just mentioned. I will be streaming again in an hour. That's going to be the India game. I'll be continuing with Mewar, basically just doing a bit of a rotator. So playing as Gelderland for the early slot, and then Mewar for the late slot, and then tomorrow we're flipping it. So the Mewar game will be at 5, and then the Gelre game will be at 10. So if you wish to see a continuation of this series, come back tomorrow at 10 PM. British summertime, we'll be doing that. Loads of EU4 going on right now because I am freaking loving Dharma. It's such a good expansion. I think that's everything I wanted to say for myself. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys in an hour. Take it easy.